Hi. So last night I dug into the gift of magnetism, and I knew that I had some semblance of this gift, but I didn't know what the gift was. But it's that Marilyn Monroe switch of turning into like, hi, I'm here, into like, So I was sitting with that last night and I was like, you know what? I have processed, alchemized, navigated so much these past few months. I'm not like, oh, it's been a couple of months. These were days. These were 24 hours long of time where I was just processing all of my shadows. And there's still more. There's more. The sun's always shining over here, so there is always going to be more shadows to navigate as I grow older. But I have been navigating so much moment by moment, like every minute being moments to exercise the muscle of really believing in myself, really attracting what I want for this life. And so I went to bed and I went back into my little world. I say little world like it's a little one. Like it's nothing. No, it's like it's my internal family system. It's my internal guidance system, really. It's my was it GPS? It's like your global positioning system. It's my IPS, my individual positioning system. And so I was just in there and I was like, you know what? Whatever is meant to be really will be. And I have been someone who has been saying that for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 months, honey. But something I just could feel it be different. So 5:55 around that time happens, and my smoke detector goes off. Now, the weird thing about this is that this is a brand new apartment complex, brand spanking new, and I was just like, wow, okay. And it was just happening for so long, and I was doing research on how to unplug it, and there's hard wiring and all this stuff, to the point where I was like, I think the universe just wants me to really make note of how important this day is going to be. And I said, okay, February 23rd, 2026, and the very first message that I saw that was in text, not even like a message, but I was on YouTube trying to find something to sleep to, and there was a post that came up and it said, this is, what was it? From this day on, I will never lack money. And I was like, yeah, from this day on, I will never lack money. I think this is why this message is just so important. And so as I navigated, the fire alarm situation, I let myself go back out to the couch, and I just opened the blinds and I watched the sunset come up. And I was like, okay, I didn't have to wake up till like 11, y'all. I didn't have to wake up, but I was just like, no, I think the universe wants me to see the day. And it's so interesting because if anyone is also in the YouTube spiritual community, I have been watching a few readers and channelers for a while. So I watch Natija Cave. Love her. I watch Jadina. And most recently I started watching Freya Ray. And it's so interesting because I was on shuffle on YouTube somehow, some way. I kept getting all these messages from them. And even if it was like repeats from like 4 months, 6 months, 11 months ago, they would be like, God, I have something like allergies are hitting me. And it's just, as soon as I press the record button, allergies are hitting me. Y'all, tell me why. I was like, I wonder why that's so significant. Tell me why I knew I took an allergy medication before that night. And I woke up with that fire alarm thing, trying to get back to sleep, and my nose starts running. And I'm like, what? The type of nose run that I get when I get my allergies. And I was like, this must be a very interesting, important day. So, and one thing I do want to really applaud myself for, and I'm so excited to come back to this message, when I'm older and be like, I'm so proud of myself. I switched my thinking midway through all of this from why is this happening to me to this is happening. That is something I would have never done before. Switched from why is this happening to me to this is happening to me. Not even to me, just this is happening. And so, yeah, I sat and I watched the sunrise. I woke up. I had 2.5 interviews lined up right now. And I had nothing. I had no traction these past few months. I've had so little traction. I've had so little communication with jobs. And I've been applying my patukas off. But today, of all days, was a day that I secured 2 interviews. And one of the places emailed me back and said, hey, can you fill out another form? We think we want to go ahead and interview with you. Y'all, when I say this era of my life has been quiet, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. I'm not being lightly about that. My life has felt quiet. No one has been really reaching out to me a lot. Oh, want to come hang out or want to do this. Hey, bud, I like your toy. Yep. But, it's just, it's just been really, really quiet. So, it really was a quiet before this really beautiful storm is happening. And I'm excited to get to the rainbow portion. But right now, I'm ready to ride the storm. As Goldford said, if y'all don't know Goldford, I highly recommend looking up his music. Ride the storm. I can't keep you safe, but I can keep you warm. We're gonna ride the storm. So I'm excited to keep you guys updated. I can keep my future self updated.